Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video from Ascended Gods Development. So this is I think the 7th video that we're making, and we made a lot of changes and we're going to try and cover them all today, but I'm going to cover the most important ones, of course. So what have we done the past week? This time we have added a lot of decorations on those islands that you can see over here. For example, we've added like a little bit of trees and some side rocks and stuff like that. We're still finishing up. I still have to do this whole island over here, but I'm gonna try and make it more natural looking rocks that got pulled out of the ground in their own realm. So it's a lot of work. I hand place all of these items. So yeah, it takes some time to put in all this artwork into the game, but it needs to look as nice as possible, of course. But the biggest change we've made so far is actually something I was working on pretty long. So let's get into that as well. Okay, so first of all, what have we made as a big accomplishment? We have gotten something pretty interesting. We have doubled the frame rates, like almost double the frame rate. So keep in mind, I'm even recording the footage while I'm playing the game. So this is pretty heavily normally. So we doubled the frame rates for lower end computers. The game will look a little bit like this. But when you go to, let's say, something like epic qualities, AA is not really necessary. It's pretty much just an impact. I'm gonna run it at 50% resolution scale as well. I'm gonna put these view distance and stuff a little bit up like that. We're gonna save the settings. So this is how the game looks now as of let's say epic quality. So the game looks pretty amazing in epic quality. You have the sky boxes, everything like it. So as you can see, it's pretty heavy for the computer. I'm gonna put it on 75% now, and we still have 43 frames per second at this region, so that's pretty amazing. When we go to 100% resolution, I'm playing in 4014p on a something equal to a 1390. So as you can see, the difference between 75 and 100 is pretty minimal, so I recommend playing on 75% when you're going to play the game. So initially, the idea was to add NVIDIA DLSS 3.5 to the game. I literally installed it. I ran it on this computer. This one should be able to support RTX DLSS 3. But for some reason, every single time I try to launch the game, it says that my GPU is not supporting it. So I even updated the drivers. I followed tutorials. The game got upgraded to Unreal 5.2 to make it work. So the integration was a lot of work. That has been done the past week as well. We have a really successful migration from that. But for some reason, we cannot install DLSS 3. So what we're going to be doing, recently on Gamescom, AMD announced that they will be putting in FSR 3 or something like that, or FSM, whatever. I'll just put the name in front.
Over 12 games have already committed to integrating FSR 3 in it. And beyond these 12 games, we've got a bunch of game developers as well, including Unreal Engine.
So I'm correct on that one, because otherwise you guys will throw rocks or rotten tomatoes at me for saying it wrong. So yeah, we're gonna try and put the AMD one instead of the NVIDIA one. It seems to be too hard to install. I literally tried for 2 or 3 days straight to get it implemented, but without success. So we're just stuck with the basics. So I thought of like, okay, we still need to improve the frames per second on the game. So what have I done? I've optimized the textures in the game. That is one of the biggest factors I noticed that was lacking GPU, VRAM usage and stuff like that. The textures were way too big. Some are still way too big. So we decreased the amount of texture sizes, but we're going to be making this variable in the future. So if people have like really crazy PCs, they can actually run those crazy graphics if they want to. So as you can see, when it turns nighttime, you even have like a little bit of a glare from the moon and stuff. Even still, while recording the game at 35 FPS on something equal to a 3090, that's pretty okay. If you want to play this way, you can do that. But if you really want to get into some high FPS gameplay, it's possible to reach 100 even if you do your best in the settings. So in the future, there will be many more improvements on that. We will discuss those later, but let's show you guys a little bit of the realms that I was talking about in the beginning of the video. So we're going to be traveling to the death world. So first of all, when you die, you will end up in the death world, and we changed the atmosphere just a little bit. Over here we have about 40 frames per second on these graphic settings. In the beginning it was close to 20, maybe even 15 FPS, because it was so heavy. So the biggest change I made to this world is we made it a little bit lighter. So in high graphics it was really dark here. Maybe you guys actually loved that, I'm not sure, but I thought it was not really representing hell, because hell should be like reddish and blue. For some reason it's always night in hell. I have no idea why that is actually happening. I never knew why. But the biggest change we made is we added some spiky rocks to it, just to give it a little bit of a hell texturizing, let's say. And also we have started making the first actual room that you can go to. So we're gonna just stop here, and this NPC won't be able to reach me. But so what we've done is we have this gate to hell, and in order to unlock this gate you will need to have 1,000 kills and you will be able to enter hell. So when you enter hell you will get teleported to this realm area. I think it looks pretty great. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the hell or death realm. I'm not sure what the name is going to be. I still need to discuss that with myself, I guess. Or maybe I'll make a vote poll on the Discord server that we're going to be releasing soon. But yeah, there will be a teleport unlock over here, so you can travel straight to the hell realm, to this area. And all areas in hell will also have a portal in the future. So there's going to be hell NPCs going in here. There's going to be hell quests, everything hell, NPCs that sell you stuff, maybe even. But yeah, this is just like a little idea of how hell is going to look like. This area, for example, is way too dark still. And also this lava is not really working, because I can just stand in lava and there's no big problem. So I still need to implement something like when you touch lava, you're going to get damaged or you die or something like that. But I think it looks pretty nice so far in hell, and it's all going to be similar to the first piece I built over here. So it still needs more decorations everywhere, needs NPCs, everything. So this is just I want to make an atmosphere, see how it looks like in all kind of quality settings, and if I'm okay with that, I'm going to continue building with these settings. So let's move on to the frost/ice realm. Okay, so let's load this little map over here. So this is exactly the same as the Death Temple. So there's still the schools and the hole and everything like that. But in the future, this will be an ice version. So maybe you guys already noticed. There's going to be a temple between every realm, like a little starting island. And there's going to be an NPC that tells you what to do to get to the next realm. He will give you some requirements, something like your level, for example. This region will be level 40 to 60, if I'm correct. And as you can see, there's no rocks, it's just a plain. So I was just messing with the feeling of how this realm should look like. In the distance you can also see some sort of structure going on. That is actually the wood cutting upgrade. So every time you open a map, it will spawn it at a specific location. We need to remove that if it's a map like this one, just to increase your FPS a little bit more as well, because it's always going to spawn no matter which world you're on. Maybe I could do something like special wood types in each world, but I don't think that's an option now. It's too much work. I'm not gonna do that. Maybe if you like it, just leave it in the comments below. There's a few small bug fixes I need to do in here. As you can see, I need to add snowy trees. I need to add snowy thingies like this. They don't actually look so great in my opinion, so I was just still discussing like, nah, it's not gonna be it. So this one's gonna take a while, but these are going to be the 3 first realms where you can enter: nature, hell, and frost. So there's still a bit of work, but actually it's not so much work as just coding the game. So just making environments is pretty easy, to be honest. I could certainly make a movie pretty fast if I want to. So let's move on to the dream realm, and that one is actually pretty surprising if I say so myself. There we go. It's still loading. Let it load the textures for a bit. So yeah, this part is totally messed up because there's still lighting from the hell temple going in, stuff like that. You don't want that. So we're going to the actual look of the dream realm. So this dream realm will in the future totally surprise you because there's going to be some wanky stuff that happens in dreams as well. So I just added this purplish environment. It's pretty happy, but it can also represent a nightmare, so that's also going to be inside of this. It will have special trees. These trees are having purplish pink bark and purple leaves. There's going to be islands that are upside down. There's going to be some wanky puzzles, and as you just saw, when I move backwards, sometimes it can get a little bit janky between the animations of the character, so I still need to change that, and I will in the future. It's just really deciding how to transition, but smoothing it out in the future will be no issue. Of course, we will put some work in animations on the character for sure. So yeah, that was it for today, and let me know what you think. There's been a lot of changes, especially the FPS is a major difference. It really feels better playing the game at 50 FPS instead of 20 in the highest settings to test the game. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the next one.